my ama. I always picture her sitting at the dining table, peeling shallots and cleaning ikan bilis, or striding through her garden, checking on her vegetables and calling to her chickens, or standing by the stove, stirring a pot of caramel kaya over simmering water. Yes, my ama was a woman of action, and I'm sure I inherited some of her doing gene too. Born in Guangzhou, she apparently traveled to Holland before finally settling in Ulu, Batu Pahat, Malaysia, where she married my grandfather. She worked as a dulang washer, panning for tin in the river. Now, panning for tin in the river is a dangerous job because you could be quite easily washed away by the water. But she was very ingenious. She would tie her one son at the back and the second son, my father, in her chest so that she's anchored in the water as she does her dulang washing. Later, she moved to Kuala Lumpur, and there she became a vegetable seller, carrying vegetables in 2 baskets slung over a pole and walking from house to house. Ama was very strong and had huge sampan feet, unbound. Now her strength and her sampan feet actually gave her another side hustle. She became the official carrier of brides in her village. Yeah, she was. In her old age, Ama came to live with us. But she wasn't satisfied just being at home. So she went out to the road, to near the bus stop, and started a drinks and fruit stall. And then when she got tired of that, she came home, went to the backyard and dug up the backyard and built a vegetable garden and started rearing chickens. So Ama was always busy, yeah? So once when she was in the hen house, she reached out to what she thought was a pile of rags. Actually, it turned out to be a python. Yeah, but she wasn't afraid, mind you, she wasn't. So Ama was a woman who loves to do things, right? Besides cooking and gardening and watching wrestling every night with my sisters, she was a great wrestling fan, she kept herself busy all the time. She was a woman of good cheer and humor, and she could tell a bawdy joke without batting an eyelid. Yeah. And when she went for a health checkup, she would always bristle when the doctor asked her, "Do you have high blood pressure or cholesterol?" And then she would say, "Just because I'm old doesn't mean I must have all those diseases." Ama was super healthy. And of course, I didn't have to tell you that she was a great cook. It would take me too long to talk about all her signature dishes. But till today, we sit down and wistfully think about her scrumptious curried wild boar, all gone with the wind, because we can't cook that anymore, right? But one day in her late 80s, Ama had a breakfast as usual, took a shower, changed her clothes, and combed her long hair into a bun. Then she lay down on her bed and she passed away. Even in her death, my Ama was a woman of independence and consideration. So my Ama has been a model for aging, for me personally, for many reasons. She was, in those days when people didn't talk about active aging and lifelong learning, she was an active ager and a lifelong learner because she was always thinking of new things to do and learning new skills to keep herself occupied in her old age. She practiced self-care and was always healthy in mind and body. And she lived her life very independently and never gave anybody any problem. In fact, nothing fazed Ama. The only thing that really upset her was when she got pregnant with her 4th child at the age of 40. Now, she was completely mortified then because then the whole village knew that she was still having sex at that ripe old age. Yeah, she talked about that in great embarrassment always. But no, Ama didn't win any awards or had any accolades. She didn't leave behind any money or a big house, and she didn't raise her 4 sons to be great professionals or well-known professionals. Nothing. But she lived a good life. She made herself useful. And then she never bothered anybody, and she never had things like dementia and all sorts of things because she knew how to live purposefully. And I think that is a wonderful thing, isn't it? So I think of Amma always, and I thank her really for setting this example for me in old age to how to learn to live my life purposefully and to age with grace and dignity. So like Alfred, I thank my Amma too for setting this good example for me. And I hope that when I grow old, my grandchild will look at me and say, yeah, my Amma was also a woman of action and purpose. Thank you.